What's up, everyone? I'm Aaron, and this is Talking Points. So what's up, everyone? We're glad to have you back for another episode of Talking Points. In this week's episode, I'll start with channel news, work my way around and do some, go with a video rundown of the channel mostly, then get you updated with some recent news we've got. Then then after that we'll go into Mobile Game Madness. This is going to be a short episode today. Really don't have a lot to talk about. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. We'll see. And, we'll talk about this week's Mobile Game Madness Game of the Week. I think I just said that, but finally we'll round everything up with our talking points. Again, short episode, hopefully. Been a long day. I'm not going to get into semantics of everything. So, anyway, let's get to talking. So, on to the video recap. Last week we started off with Josh. Damn, I'm stammering a lot today. Sorry. You saw Josh and myself practicing our archery skills in Archer Nemesis Part 2. Josh took home the trophy in that one, so that puts him up 2-0 in all of our contests. After that episode of Minecraft, which aired, I think, Monday. Yeah. We then followed that up with some cockfighting, sumo-style cockfighting, in this week's Game Talk Harvest Moon Edition. Josh then had a recap, which came out, I think, or he had a recent announcement in a form of News Quick about the new Resident Evil / Biohazard Umbrella Corp reaction video, or Umbrella Corporation reaction video. He's not too thrilled with the game. I mean, he sounded like he was pretty much just pissed off at it, so... he's big on Resident Evil, so when he's pissed off about it, that means, yeah, it's bad. Then we finally decided we'd just fight with everybody on the SSN and my Let's Play of Pokemon. So far, I'm learning the basics of how to play Pokemon. Josh has been a great coach. He's my Professor Oak, I guess. We then followed that with our Final Fantasy Game Talk, which streams live on the channel every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and then gets put onto the channel in video form, in the shared video form on every Thursday every Thursday. We don't have a set time for that, and that's usually a week later. So the one that got put up on the channel this week was a week later. Next, we took you to a whole new world in our Talk builds, where we began our work on a special project we're calling the Homestead. Tune in to see how that turns out. It's looking good so far. You'll get to see that in probably Monday's video, or today's video, I should say. And finally, we rounded it out with mine and Josh's Let's Plays. Josh seemed to get a little frustrated with his Donkey Kong Country Let's Play. Of course, I'm always frustrated with Rogue Legacy. And now you're here with me in the Talk Cave. Maybe we need a little bit better mood lighting. Maybe some Pinot Grigio, some music. Yeah. Sorry. Anyway, back to the show. So now I'll move on to a bit of team news. Now that we've finished up our video recap. So in team news, first up, we're only 11 days away from Soda City Comic Con. I'm super excited about that. Can't wait to get there. I wish I had a costume this year. But I just don't want to walk around in a pair of pajamas that look like a costume. To me, that's not even trying. While we're there, we'll be recording our trip and interviewing anybody that's out on the floor. So keep your eyes peeled for Team ToC if you want to be there. If you're going to be there, or if you want to get yourself on the YouTube here. Also in team news, as of the recording, we're nearing our 200 subscriber mark. That's a big fucking deal to us. We're new to this. So I just want to say, thank you from the team to all of you, the fans. y'all have really helped us understand what it is to be a YouTube channel and have helped us learn what we enjoy doing, which is playing games. You know, and bringing you entertainment in the form of us saying fuck a lot. You know, so thank you. We couldn't do this without you. Well, you know, as I said, this is going to be a quick episode. That sums up the team news. So we're going to go ahead and move into our next segment, which is mobile game madness. Jesus, it's been a bad day. This week's game is the action platformer Random Heroes by Ravenous Games. Random Heroes, it's available for iOS and Android systems. Very fun little game. So in Random Heroes, you play, well, you guessed it, random heroes that square off against a horde of monsters who are trying to take over the Earth. You know, it's an action platformer, but unlike most mobile game action platformers, the controls are really on key with this. I mean, I have never played a mobile platformer where you actually can use the arrows and the jump button at the same time. Most of them tend to be use one, use the other. These are on point. I love it. The controls are extremely comfortable. It doesn't have that many issues so far. I mean, the only thing I can say about it is it takes a little while to farm cash. But, hey, it's still entertaining. So, as you need these, and by farming cash, I mean the cash you need for upgrades and weapons and powerful heroes you can unlock. So prepare to die a lot until you can farm enough cash to do that. But with that being said, you don't lose any money whenever you die. And you can continue to farm, and, it's kind of like a Harvest Moon, except it doesn't take as long to have fun. Yeah, sorry Josh, I know you love Harvest Moon. But with that being said, I can't give this game anything less than a 5. It's a 5 out of 5 for me. It's an amazing game and well worth the time to play. I recommend it highly. I mean, I haven't found any real major bugs with it, so go out and play it. So that concludes Mobile Game Madness for today. Let's move on to last week's talking point, which was, who is your favorite comic book hero? Or comic book character, or comic character in general? Got a few fanswers this week, starting with Taylor, who writes, Spawn, or Deadpool, or fuck it, let's just go with Spawn. Then all of a sudden she says, scratch that, Darthbane bitches. Of course I said I would do this in a Mr. Torg voice. I'm coming down with something, I think, so the Mr. Torg voice just isn't happening today. I mean, I could try, but it's not gonna sound like him! Explosions! Yeah, sorry. Not even close. Travis writes, Batman is truly a badass. Nicole writes, Harley Quinn. Katie writes, I like Thor or Miss Marvel. Jen writes, I'd say the alligator from Pearls Before Swine. Jen, they're crocs, not alligators. Yeah, I'm a big Pearls Before Swines fan. Steven, I don't know how you say his name, Pastis does a great job with that comic. But I like the Crocs. They're one of my favorites too. Dave writes, I am rather partial to the Pearls Before Swine pig. Yeah, pig's kind of funny. Joey writes, Remy LeBeau. Now for Teamsters, that's Team Answers, we have Josh, who writes, for his DC characters, Harley Quinn, Marvel is Iron Man, and then for Archie comics, seriously Josh, Archie, Sonic or Knuckles, the old school versions like the first 100 issues or so. And of course you had mine from last week, which were Batman, and then I finally decided I'd add on with Wolverine, Deadpool, and Leonardo. So DC, Marvel, Ninja Turtles. I don't know which. Yeah, I'm a terrible comic book fan. I can't name which one Ninja Turtles comes from. So don't hate me. I'm sorry. So anyway, that's it for this week's talking point, or last week's talking point. So now let's move on to this week's talking point, which is a two-part question to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the Super Mario Bros. Franchise, which is, what Mario game is your absolute favorite, and what memories about the series do you have? Or about that game that you have. You know, it doesn't have to be about the series in general, it can be about that favorite game that you have. For me, my favorite game was Super Mario Bros. 3, but it was also Super Mario Bros. RPG, or Mario RPG, or however they called it. I can't, you know, I'm terrible with names, but I can remember the game. I remember both of them because Super Mario Bros. 3 was the first Mario game I beat without any help from my dad. That was, like, the best part. And the Mario RPG infused so much of my favorite, you know, fantasy RPG with Mario, you know? And, you know, it rings a bell to me because it was two of the first games that I actually played of both, you know, two of those games that I played and beat without any help. So, anyway, if you want to answer this week's talking point, make sure you do so in the comments below, or either on our Facebook and Twitter pages. Links for those will be in the description below. So anyway, that concludes today's episode of Talking Points. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. You can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Check out our merch shop. We've got some awesome items in there still, I believe. I don't think we've gotten rid of anything yet. No, I don't think so. No. Also, make sure to check out Team ToCing's extralife.org account. You know, help us help the children. We're working for MUSC's Children's Hospital, which is part of the Children's Miracle Network. I couldn't remember that last week, so now I can remember it. And me and Josh also have solo pages tied to that account to help raise money for the cause. So help the children. And then we'll be working towards this on November 7th. That is the ultimate day of reckoning for me and Josh, where we'll be playing a 24-hour Let's Play. Do you think we have what it takes? Tune in and see. So until next time, you know, that wraps it up. So now, until next time, I'm Aaron. We'll see you in the next video.